So away we head, and I Like to Move It lined up with purpose, but once the flag was dropped, didn't want to go anywhere particularly, and for such a good race, it's a shame that we're going to get off to a pretty farcical start, with them going to have to increase the pace in a moment because they will reach the first. As out in the lead, I Like to Move It. Jonbon settled okay on the inside, hardly going fast enough to jump this with any fluency. Blue and white colours of Nappers Hill, red and white of Colonel Mustard, and L.A. Bell is last of all. So on towards flight number 2. Jonbon moves forward with I Like to Move It, and they head towards the second, still at a very, very sedate pace. And they all measure it just about okay. I Like to Move It gave it a little bit of a belt. So a reasonable run before they leave the ground again. It'll take a while at this rate. Jonbon just moving forward to take the lead in the hooped colours from I Like to Move It in second place. And all 5 runners, to their credit, have actually settled pretty well considering how steady the pace has been. Nappers Hill, the other horse with the unbeaten record, is in third place with Colonel Mustard. And last of all is L.A. Bell, who is held up as Jonbon now will make the turn and lead them towards the next 2 flights of hurdles. So Jonbon and Aidan Coleman, pace finally just beginning to lift. I Like to Move It in second, Nappers Hill, L.A. Bell and Colonel Mustard towards the inside as they run towards the third flight of hurdles. Jonbon it is who will lead them towards it. Jonbon over well. I Like to Move It and L.A. Bell towards the outside of the field. Colonel Mustard whips them in on the near side, and splitting the difference is Nappers Hill. So it's just been all about tactics to this point, this steady gallop with Jonbon heading towards the flight that's taken on the descent. And again, all of them have been nimble, and now they have this long sweeping run round Swinley Bottom on the softer part of the course before they encounter the 5th. So Jonbon out in the lead from I Like to Move It in second, Nappers Hill in third place, L.A. Bell in fourth, Colonel Mustard last of the 5. So we've reached the halfway stage. The second half will be run significantly faster than the first as Jonbon now begins to make the turn. Jonbon has the lead and now is just being asked or allowed to use that stride round the bend. I Like to Move It in second, maroon colours, blue and white of Nappers Hill, pink and brown of L.A. Bell, and Colonel Mustard at the moment is last of the 5 as they make the turn at the far end of the racecourse, and they now climb uphill. Next 2 flights come pretty swiftly once they reach the first of them. Jonbon by about a neck or so from I Like to Move It. L.A. Bell moves forward. Nappers Hill on the inside. And then Colonel Mustard. So they're well bunched, as you'd expect of such a steady gallop. Jonbon it is who's trying to lead it out. Still held on to by Aidan Coleman. I Like to Move It. L.A. Bell on the wide outside. Nappers Hill moves closer, and then Colonel Mustard as the dash for home will shortly begin. Jonbon out in the lead. I Like to Move It in second place in the maroon. L.A. Bell, brown sleeves, coming round the outside. Staying closer to the inner is Nappers Hill. Colonel Mustard is pushed along. All behind them, a few of them are pushing along, and Jonbon, still imperious out in the lead, hasn't yet come off the bridle. Still leads from I Like to Move It. Nappers Hill just manoeuvring into a challenging position. Colonel Mustard skittles through on the inside. Red and white saves a bit of ground. Jonbon heading down towards the second last. Colonel Mustard and Nappers Hill. This is 2 from the finish. Jonbon is over in the lead. Nappers Hill is down on his nose. Now Jonbon is asked to go and seal the race. Moves 2 to 3 lengths clear in stylish fashion from Nappers Hill, then Colonel Mustard, L.A. Bell and I Like to Move It. This is the last for Jonbon, and he is over clear from in second Colonel Mustard, then Nappers Hill and L.A. Bell, and Jonbon taking a major step forward here. The price tag almost looks justified the way he saunters to victory in the Kennel Gate. Jonbon remains unbeaten and is a very ready winner. In second, Colonel Mustard, tight for third, Nappers Hill and L.A. Bell. And I Like to Move It eventually last to the 5.